Whew. Almost forgot to hit record. I would have hated myself. What's up? I'm Trent Windsor and we're here in search of the perfect shuffle. It's time for another segment of clearing out the archives where I shuffle my music and whichever album pops up, that is the album I review song by song. If a song is more than 50% skippable, if I would skip it more than half the time, I say get rid of it, not worth your time. If a song is less than 50% skippable, if I would listen to it more than half the time, I say it's a worthy addition for your perfect shuffle. Last time we shuffled our music and the album that popped up was Teenage Dream by Katy Perry. Katy Perry is a pop sensation. She's an American Idol judge. She was on Sesame Street, kinda. She's performed at the Super Bowl. She's a bona fide pop star. I don't think there's anything else you could really call her. While this pop stardom may have started with songs like I Kissed a Girl and Hot and Cold, she really rocketed to fame with her album Teenage Dream. This album had five consecutive number one singles. That's huge. It's so huge that it's only been done one other time in history, and that was by Michael Jackson with his album Bad. It's a big deal. So she really just knocked it out of the park as far as popular success goes with this album. But do the charts communicate quality? Does this album really deserve all the hype that it's received? Let's find out as I review it song by song. Song number one is called Teenage Dream, the title track. This is one of the singles that went to number one. It's a beachy, clean, pure pop song. It's one of those songs that gets white people jumping, you know the kind. I like this song a lot because it really captures the innocence and naivety of youth. It's kind of the whole teenage romance thing where everything is great, love is amazing, nothing could ever go wrong. Obviously, it's before the breakup, right? For all you people who married your high school sweethearts, you're the anomaly. It's joyful, it's optimistic, it's genuinely fun, while still being pretty simple. It's a summer anthem, through and through. I'd have to say that it's 30% skippable. Song number two is called Last Friday Night, TGIF. This is another single that went to number one, and it really keeps the youthful and carefree vibe going. Honestly, it's a classic party anthem for white girls. I mean, there's a point where they just chant TGIF over and over again. So you gotta just imagine that sororities were bumping this at the time. Here's the thing though, it's undeniably catchy. You can't help but groove a little bit to this song, especially with a solo from none other than Kenny G, the king of Starbucks saxophone jazz. Kenny G. It comes with a great music video. The thing about this one, you gotta try not to listen to it too often, because it will get annoying. I'd have to say it's 35% skippable. Song number three is called California Girls with a U, and it features Snoop Dogg. This is a third single that also went to number one, and here I feel like we get the third level of poppiness. You know, we had Teenage Dream that was like a genuinely simple, pure pop song. And then Last Friday Night took it up just a little notch. And then California Girls came in and just sent the pop levels through the roof. The pop levels are over 9,000! It's poppy to the point where it's so clean that it's cheesy and a little bit corny. In this song, they're shamelessly selling sex. In Last Friday Night, you had them talking about menage a trois, but kind of in a way that if you're a kid, you don't know what that means. Here we just have them saying,
California girls like sex on the beach. And think about the sexy outfits we're wearing. Ooh.
It's a little obnoxious, and it can be seen especially in the music video. It's all pretty shameless. And while Snoop Dogg will rap on anybody's project, seriously, anybody's project, Snoop Dogg will rap on. Even he looks a little bit skeptical in the music video. All of that said, it's really catchy. It's really catchy, I can't lie. It's very, 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 very catchy. I just can't bring myself to get rid of it. It's 48% skippable. It's right there on the edge, people. Song number four is called Firework. This is a fourth single that went to number one. And let me ask you a question. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag? I can't say that I do. I have to be real with you. I feel like that line is just the start of a bunch of bullcrap, fake positivity type stuff that they know that 13-year-olds will listen to and think is deep. This track really did not age well. This one just sounds cornier and cornier every day. This song is dookie. I'd have to say it's 75% skippable. Song number 5 is called Peacock. Peacock is a song that fits in with the 2000s trend of this lame dance electronic music. You know, like LMFAO and Kesha were kind of rocking that whole thing. This track really takes it to the full extent of corny. The whole song is just a lame sexual innuendo, even worse than California Girls, honestly. I think you can guess what Peacock is a euphemism for in this song. Anyways, 75% skippable as well. Song number 6 is called Circle the Drain. This one actually goes back to Katy Perry's rock influences. She actually was on the Warped Tour when she first started out. This song is definitely more rock than electronic, but it still has some electronic elements in it. In this one, she condemns this guy's addiction to alcohol and drugs. It's actually kind of heavy and talks about some important things. I wrote down here that it's a song with some substance. Abuse. I'm sorry, substance abuse is a heavy topic. You get a lot of energy from Katy, you get a little bit of anger, a little bit of disdain, and it's really refreshing after the poppy nonsense that we've heard on a few of the other songs on this album. It's not amazing, it's not gonna go down in the halls of history, but I still think it's worth listening to. I still think it's a good song. I'd say it's 45% skippable. Song number 7 is called The One That Got Away. This one's kind of a cheesy piano electronic lost love lament type thing. I like this song because it provides an interesting second half to the song Teenage Dream. Because you've got Teenage Dream where everything is amazing and you're always going to be my Valentine, and then you've got The One That Got Away where things don't always work out. The video also features Diego Luna as The One That Got Away. I would mourn him getting away as well. This one is kind of cheesy, but it has some substance to it, and I think it's worth listening to every once in a while. I'd say it's 45% skippable as well. Song number 3 is called E.T., and this is the last single that went to number 1. This one is a dark electronic dubstep track. Dubstep was really big at this time, so you can see those influences creeping in. It's got really big energy, and I actually hear a lot of elements of Bling era rap. You even have a version of the song that was probably the more popular version that featured Kanye West. And if I'm not mistaken, this is around the time of his album Graduation, which really fits in with the Bling era rap stylings. Honestly, Katy isn't doing very much vocally, but she does put a lot of energy and mystique into her performance. It makes it very mysterious and definitely feels otherworldly. This one actually seems to me to have the most depth musically. Musically, it seems to be the more complicated song of any of the others, and the more interesting, right? So I'd have to say it's 35% skippable. Song number 9 is called Who Am I Living For? It's another dark, moody electronic track, but it doesn't take it to the same level as E.T., which is the track that we just listened to. So it's easy to compare the two. It's easy to see how this song falls short. Where E.T. brought the energy, this song is in halftime, and it gets boring, and it drags. I would say it's 65% skippable. Song number 10 is called Pearl. Jam. It weirdly sounds like a second part to What Am I Living For? They kind of just blend together. It's meant to be heartfelt, but it doesn't come off as righteous as Katy Perry may have wanted it to. It really falls flat energy-wise, so I'd say this one is also 65% skippable. Song number 11 is called Hummingbird Heartbeat. This kind of sounds like a late 80s, early 90s one-hit wonder. You've got this righteous guitar, you've got some big synths. It almost sounds like a Bryan Adams song, maybe? It pretty much has the same idea as Teenage Dream, You Make My Heart Beat Fast, kind of a naive love song. However, it's not nearly as corny as Firework or California Girls. It's nothing too crazy, it's nothing amazing, but I could definitely see myself jamming to this song in the car, you know, driving during the summer. I would jam to this before I would jam to Firework any day. I'll say it's 40% skippable. Song number 12 is called Not Like the Movies. This is a piano ballad. It's a decently written song, nice melody, and it is somewhat emotional. The problem with this song is that Katy herself really doesn't sound good singing it. Perhaps it just doesn't fit her voice, or maybe she just wasn't feeling it that day in the studio, but it doesn't feel like the same energy and control that Katy Perry has had throughout the whole album. So I'd say this one is 65% skippable. Tallying everything up, mathematically speaking, this album as a whole is 52% skippable. Katy Perry was obviously built for pop stardom, and it's easy to see why Teenage Dream really got her there. There's lots of radio-friendly, catchy earworms that appeal to wide audiences. That does mean, however, that some of the songs are cheap and often very simple in nature, and the whole sex appeal angle is being exploited Carl's Jr. style. But there really is some value to this album. There are some good songs, and no matter how you feel about it, it has had a huge impact. Alright, let's shuffle our music, see which album I'll be reviewing next. Alright, we're just gonna go into our music library here, go into albums, and hit shuffle. Alright, looks like the next album I'll be reviewing is A-OK Ohio by Y. Alright, thanks for watching. If you like what I'm doing here, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about Katy Perry, let me know what you think about this album. All musical opinions are valid and I'd love to hear yours. Check the links below for music videos, as well as my playlist for Best of 2019 and Best of 2020, which is being updated every single week. I'm Trent Windsor, and this is The Perfect Shuffle. I'm sorry, Katie. I didn't mean to call your song Dookie, but I gotta be real. Okay.